We're gonna spread happiness. We're gonna spread freedom. Obama's gonna change it. Obama's gonna lead 'em. We're gonna change it and rearrange it. We're gonna change the world. We're gonna spread happiness. We're gonna spread freedom. Obama's gonna change it. Obama's gonna lead 'em. We're gonna change it and rearrange it. We're gonna change the world.
Hey all you folks out there, this is Ted. Welcome to another edition of TedTv. Today I want to focus on something really important. I need to get this out to you because it's urgent. It's something that's coming up real fast, and there's unusual activity all over the country now. And it's called Operation Jade Helm. It is going to be a simulation, like a simulation mock-up drill, mock-up training exercises, simulating the events, that leading up to World War III. So it's like a training session, and it's based on the fact that they're, getting ready for this World War III for, Israel and United States to eventually attack Iran. So what they're doing here, we have an 8-week training session called Jade Helm in this country. And now there's 7 states involved in this. It's going to be like, they're actually pretending each state is a country in the Middle East. The states involved here are California, Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas. So this Jade Helm experiment officially begins, from what I've been told, around July 13th to July 15th it starts, and it continues on for 2 months until September 13th to September 15th, right in that window there. And like I said, it involves a practice training session that will simulate the events leading up to World War III, how they would do this attack and how they would move their troops and supplies around, and the strategies involved that they needed to pull this off, to pull off the real deal World War III. And it's also come to my attention, I don't know whether you folks have heard about this, that there's numerous Walmart stores that have just closed their doors. There could be a dozen or more, or it could be 20, up to 20 stores, I'm not sure the exact number. Different Walmart stores around the country have closed up and announced they're closed. And they did this official closing on April 13th. And they said that they would be closed until September 13th. Ironically, they want to feed us a bunch of bullshit that we're closed for due to plumbing problems and renovations. And you know, I don't buy it because it doesn't take 60 days to fix plumbing. But apparently the stores that have closed have underground. The stores that have closed have underground bunkers and underground tunnels leading to, you know, various supply depots. And this is to facilitate the soldiers to move troops and supplies around in these underground tunnels. So that's the story on this Walmart store closing. I thought it was very unusual. That what a coincidence, huh? They announced that they're closed on April 13th and they'll be closed till September 13th. The exact timeline for Jade Helm to start and finish, kind of thing. So that's pretty unusual. But anyway, this Jade Helm experiment, the Operation mock training session for World War III, it involves some pretty prominent groups. The Army Green Berets are involved in this. The Navy SEALs are involved. The Marine Special Operation Command Force is involved in this. The 82nd Airborne Division is involved in this. And you have other agencies, the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, and other, you know, joint operations organizations are highly involved in this exercise. But for 8 weeks, folks, you got to ask yourself, what the hell are they doing? You know, because you don't just come into town, all these groups, Green Berets. I mean, these people are the best of the best in the fighting forces. I mean, they're not just going to come into your town and say hi. You know, they're up to something. So keep your eyes open. I'll keep you updated on this event. So that's what I want to, the main thing I want to draw to your attention, that they're gearing up for something really big here. And I just watched, you know, probably earlier today, a report on another report on YouTube that this this analyst and this other expert says they're watching massive movements of enormous amount of Army supplies being transported across the country on rail cars, flatbeds. I mean, massive amounts of, you know, Army equipment, military equipment, you know, tanks, armored personnel carriers, and it seems, you know, it seems like they're really gearing up for something pretty soon. I mean, this is unusual to see this much activity moving around the country, military vehicles and stuff like that. So that's raising a red flag for me. And what are they up to? I mean, this, you know. So the other topic that I want to mention here is something really should be of interest to you also. It's regarding our own country what could happen in September of this year. Because on my last show, I was telling you that, you know, it's the final Shemitah cycle, and that there was a prophecy that America would be broken down, her back would be broken, she would be smashed to pieces, according to the end of the Shemitah cycle, the 50th year, right? Jubilee, trumpet blast year. That I discussed on the last show a few weeks back. But this other thing that's bothering me, which could come about on September, anywhere from mid-September to September 29th, is there's been a report about a month ago. A report came out of the Sydney, Australia Morning Herald, and it said that a Russian geopolitical analyst is now urging a nuclear strike on California's San Andreas Fault, and urging a nuclear strike on the Yellowstone National Park, the supervolcano caldera. And it is reported as the Russian analysts are saying that this would be the easiest way to destroy America. I mean, can you imagine? Supposing you have they nuked the caldera for Yellowstone. So what would happen there? You'd have a super volcano blowing off, and a full blow off, a complete blow off of the volcano would be like 1,000 Mount St. Helens going off. That's how big it would be, and it would, you know, the kill zone would be like probably 1,000-mile radius kill zone. You know, the damage done would be absolutely catastrophic. It would just, you know, shut the country right down. You know, we'd have what they call a nuclear winter. There'd be no sun for months in some places. The temperature would probably drop, be cold. You'd have what you call the nuclear winter. In other words, it would be cold, freezing temperatures, no crops could grow. Yeah, it would definitely shut us down. Not to mention the fact, hey, if they nuke the San Andreas Fault, what do you have there? You know, California falls into the ocean, and you just eliminated almost 38 million people doing that. That might be, they might want to do that for their NWO population reduction of 95%. So that's an immediate 35 million plus people wiped out if you nuke the San Andreas Fault. Because I'm sure, you know, California's cities could not withstand a 10 or an 11 on the Richter scale. They couldn't withstand it. It would just, the whole state would break up and just be disintegrated. So that's another thing that, you know, they're speculating on doing, I guess, to the NATO, you know, forces are talking about that. It's a rumor. But it's could be a planned operation. I don't know for sure, but anyway, in the event of that, yeah, this would take out the U.S. pretty quickly. So I guess this is about the main subject I want to talk about today. So I'm going to further elaborate on these subjects in an upcoming show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be vigilant. You know, God bless. And thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you again on the next session.